In the gripping conclusion of the 1986 coming-of-age drama Crossroads, Lightning Boy Martone, played by the brooding Ralph Macchio, faces off in a guitar duel against an emissary of Lucifer himself, with the prize being souls, his mentors, and his own. High-stakes drama indeed. Recently, I was faced with a conundrum of similar emotional weight and gravitas. Thumb grip or baseplate grip for my Leica M8? Because of feedback from good folks like you, friend, I opted to start with a thumb grip. The one I chose isn't an official thumbs up. Mine cost about $10, but I have been pleasantly surprised at the positive impact on ergonomics. Indeed, it feels like good value. Here it is. Hey, in my last couple of reviews, I made mention of the challenge associated with the M8's limited ISO. It occurs to me that this gripe is relative, meaning that I feel it most keenly when comparing the M8 to my Sony a7 III. So I tried a thought experiment. Instead of lamenting what I perceived to be a limitation of the M8, I endeavored to hit the reset button mentally and embrace the inherent character of the Leica. This represents a crossroadsian paradigm shift, as when Lightning Boy Martone discovers that his mentor, Blind Dog Fulton, the one and only Willie Brown, lied to him about knowing a secret unrecorded Robert Johnson blues song. Yes, friend, I had the blues about image noise, but hold up, what if I stopped perceiving noise as a problem and rather as something with value and character? I like film grain, heck, I add it sometimes in post, so why not set the ISO to auto, crank up the minimum shutter speed and let the camera do what it does? Indeed, bring the noise. Like a scratchy recording of Robert Johnson's Love in Vain. Still awesome, even if it wasn't recorded on cutting-edge equipment. And why stop there? Having heard so many smart people rave about the straight-out-of-camera JPEGs, especially in black and white, I decided to give that a shot too. It was an interesting experiment, and these images are the result. Let's take a gander, shall we? Image 1, we start with the shot that makes me the most uncomfortable. Off with the Band-Aid, as they say. Okay, here's an interior snap that shows what sort of image this sensor produces at ISO 1250. This is f4 with a shutter speed of 1/180th of a second, and this is JPEG with naught but a little straightening. Did I nail focus? Heck to the no! But I can live with it, because the shot does communicate, to me at least, what it looked and felt like to be in that hallway. Image 2. Outside we go, and for the better, I think. There's something about this comically simple composition that appeals to me. Candidly, friend, it was fun to see how the camera interpreted the scene, and I honestly didn't see this result coming. I'm not convinced I could recreate it on purpose. In any case, no adjustments at all here, save a crop. This one is ISO 160 at 1/8000th. I think the aperture was at f22, but I'm not positive, and Lightroom didn't capture that info. It did capture something, but it says f119, which strikes me as a skosh high, I don't know. Hey, image 3, this is also straight out of camera JPEG with minimal tweaking, again with a straightening and this time a little exposure correction to compensate for the long shutter speed of 0.7 of a second. Even though I blew out some of the highlights, I can dig the vibe and tonality of this, and I'm beginning to understand the mystique of the CCD sensor. I'm going to shoot straight here. I enjoyed this experiment, and I'm impressed by the JPEGs. And now a broad sampling of the day with the JPEGs in black and white and the edited RAWs in color. Hey, thanks for checking out this video, really. And a special thanks to Patreon supporter Mars. If you've enjoyed this presentation, as Mars does, I invite you to subscribe and like. And if you'd like to be a part of charting the course of future episodes, I won't ask you to go down to the crossroads and sell your soul, but I will respectfully invite you to take a look at my Patreon page. For example, there's a Patreon-only poll up as I record this, requesting your feedback on a video I intend to produce after an upcoming journey to the Green Mountain state of Vermont. Thanks again and have a great day.